Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the individual stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker and I'm joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Millay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start with Ocado. Shares in the online grocer got some really bad news this week. What's happened?
Yeah, so very bad day yesterday for Ocado, and that is continuing today. So shares actually dropped the most on record yesterday, and that is after Kroger over in the US said that it would close 3 automated facilities that use Ocado's tech in January. So Kroger is Ocado's biggest client, and it has a partnership where it essentially it uses automated warehouses that has the robotic arms provided by Ocado to package deliveries. So that's the partnership that is existing. But yesterday, Kroger said that it would shift from completing online orders through those warehouses that use that tech to using its own store network, at least in some areas. So this is quite tough for Ocado, and that really throws into question the ambition of becoming the Tesla of grocery, which is something that the company had said it wanted to be. So we're seeing that weakness from yesterday extend into today, and investors are continuing to take stock of what that means for the company. And obviously that's a company that's also been trying to convince investors that going all in on robotics and in technology is worth it. But so far, Ocado hasn't seen a massive return on investment from this strategy, and this Kroger change of heart is really a massive setback.
Yeah, they've still got 5 US locations in terms of the deal between Ocado and Kroger. But yeah, it was very, very difficult, wasn't it, yesterday and today? Let's also think about another British retailer, WH Smith. How are the markets viewing the resignation of its CEO?
Yeah, so the CEO Carl Cowling has just resigned, and that is following an investigation into the accounting error that was discovered earlier this year. And that is an accounting error that had forced the company to cut its profit outlook for North America. So over the summer, if we can remember as far back as that, WH Smith has said that it found an overstatement of about £30 million in its profits for North America. Now it's saying that it could be actually as much as £50 million, and that is following an independent review by Deloitte. And so the CEO handed his resignation following that probe, and also the leadership in North America for the company is also being reviewed. This has been a massive problem for the company. The shares plunged over 40% when that accounting error was discovered and announced, and they've not really recovered, and we are seeing even more weakness this morning.
Meanwhile, and just lastly, the budget airline Jet2, its pre-tax profit beat. What more do we know in earnings?
Yeah, so pre-tax profit beat. It also said that it should meet profit expectations for this year. Also announced a £100 million buyback. That is all being really well received by the market. The shares have jumped this morning on the back of those results. It really reassured investors that things might be getting a little bit better after a lot of concerns around pricing weakness for budget airlines. So back in September, Jet2 had actually issued a profit warning. It had said that demand was a little bit shaky because of the ongoing cost of living crisis, and it had cut back its winter capacity. So this had already also shaken that broader low-cost airline industry. We had seen the shares of EasyJet and Ryanair also being dragged down on the back of that profit warning. And there were concerns that people were booking flights later and later, and sometimes not at all. But this update from Jet2 today has been really reassuring for the market, and that things are maybe at least not getting worse and potentially might be getting better next year.
That's interesting. I'm sure you have not escaped the Jet2 ad.
I have not. No.
Millions of people around the world. I mean, it was a clever advert, wasn't it?
Yeah, very clever.
You know, the camera, you're sort of the holding the hand of the camera as you go on holiday. Yeah, it's a clever little trick that went viral.
I've still not used Jet2, but maybe I'll try it out.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.